What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome to my F1 2016 mod career mode on the 2014 game. We're back with round number 4 today for the Russian Grand Prix, as always, back with the Haas Formula 1 team. And if you missed episode number 3, obviously the Chinese Grand Prix uploaded 2 weeks ago, then do go check that out by clicking the channel, or there will be a playlist link in the description. Obviously, a bit of a kind of iffy Grand Prix, if you will, at China last time. Not the best performance from us. I won't spoil the result if you want to go see it, but obviously hoping to improve. Overcast conditions at the moment in qualifying will be sunny for the race, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do well. Generally, I do usually do well at Russia against the AI. It's actually a track that I enjoy personally driving. It may not be the best for real-life racing, as we may have seen in the real-life Grand Prix just gone yesterday, but in terms of the drive, I think, I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority here. Let me know what you think about the circuit in the comments below in terms of to drive it on the game, but I personally quite enjoy it when you get it all right and hooked up. It's quite a flowing track, I feel, if you get it right. If you don't, then it can be quite a clunky and awkward circuit with so many kind of 90-degree left and right-handers. But anyway, we're on the fastest lap right now in our qualifying session. We've already set one more lap time already before this, but we bang in that second lap time. That gets us 7th place on the grid, so previously that wasn't good enough, so the second attempt got a 7th there. Lewis Hamilton on pole position, Ricciardo in 2nd place, and Rosberg 3rd, followed by Kimi Raikkonen there in 4th place. Our teammate can see is in 11th place, so just missed out on the top 10, but all round a much better performance from China, which saw us qualify quite down the way. You can also see a clear absence of Sebastian Vettel from the top 10. That's because he's down in 19th place, next to Daniel Kvyat in 20th place, which is pretty damn funny considering what happened in the real-life Grand Prix with both of them. So that's going to be rather interesting to see if they make contact in this career mode. So they're at the back together, probably for the best if they're at the back and colliding, because we don't want to get caught up in that. So I just thought it was quite funny to see them both at the back. You know, obviously the game has no idea what happens in real life, and yet it made that happen. So that was quite funny. So anyway, looking towards the race, it's going to be a 3-stop race, option, prime, option. And now obviously that's probably for the best because we want to be on the faster tyre right at the end. And I think we got kind of caught out in China trying to make 2 prime stints work. So prime tyre in the middle there, going 6 laps on the option, so they don't go too far, but hopefully that's going to be, you know, they won't wear out too much in 6 laps time. So anyway, let's get to the Grand Prix, the Russian one, round 4. Let's kind of put what happened in China behind us, a kind of midway average performance. Let's try and get back up to what we were doing in round 1 and 2. It's time for the Russian Grand Prix. Let's see if we can bag some more solid points for the Haas Formula 1 team. Let's go. Right, so here we are on a rather sunny Russian Grand Prix grid. We've got 27 laps ahead of us for the Grand Prix today. Plenty of points to make up here in Russia. We go to 5 red lights. Can we get some good points for Haas Formula 1 team? We are off. We're getting a lot of wheel spin in Gear 1 and Gear 2. Perez shoots off like a bullet there on the left-hand side. The McLaren Jensen Button also gets us on the right-hand side. Grosjean, my teammate, also comes on the right-hand side in the mirror. He's there on my side. Sainz getting squeezed out a little bit. Perez making a lightning start there into Turn 2, because Turn 1's technically that little kink. And we go into Turn 2. Is there going to be any contact like we had in the real-life Grand Prix? Not yet. So we're in 7th place at the moment, up into 6th, but Perez right inside, but looks like he's lost a bit of momentum. Hulkenberg, his teammate, loses some momentum as Rosberg goes right around the outside, and here I'm going to take a bit cautious. We try to maybe look down the inside, let Perez go through, but they both go wide, and I sort of saw that coming, so I kind of went a little bit calm there into that corner, and we're into 5th place now because of that. So right behind Rosberg, who's lagging behind a little bit, and you can see there's a bit of a gap to whoever is in 3rd place, which I feel like is Daniel Ricciardo out there. I think that's just about Red Bull I can see in the distance in 3rd place. So I think it's Hamilton from Raikkonen, from Ricciardo, Rosberg and myself, but I could be wrong. It could be Raikkonen up in 1st place. Let's see about that. We cut onto lap 2 now, and we're right on the back of Nico Rosberg. We get a really good entry into that corner and exit there. Now onto the back straight. Obviously no DRS yet because it's only lap 2, but let's see how the slipstream power works. It actually looks like it's working out an absolute treat for Rosberg on Ricciardo, because Rosberg pulls away a little bit. He's going to try and move down the inside. He goes for it. Ricciardo blocks him out a little bit. He's going slowly now, Rosberg. We go around the outside of him. We swoop in, and we've got 4th place there. So quite an easy move for 4th place. Caught him napping a little bit as he got squeezed out by Ricciardo. So I don't think the moves are going to be that easy the entire Grand Prix. But right now, we're ahead of a Mercedes car, which is absolutely awesome in the Haas car. And Ricciardo doing the job right now for Red Bull in 3rd place. Obviously, Kvyat qualifying down in 20th place at winning the Grand Prix. I don't know where he is or Sebastian is, but obviously Ricciardo has to kind of pull the legs of the Red Bull for this one. I'm guessing Kvyat's going to have quite a tough time to gain back into this Grand Prix, into the points. But now, down the back straight, lap 3, obviously DRS is now enabled. I don't know if Rosberg has DRS. I don't have any DRS on Ricciardo, but we're still slipstreaming him like mad. So just showing that the Tag Heuer branded Renault engine in the Red Bull there, not working very well on the main straight there here in Russia. So we really gained quite a lot there. It was almost like I had DRS open. So we should be able to make a move sooner or later. We have another little look there, but we're going to have to leave it later on to the Grand Prix. So we cut later on to lap 3, and obviously being lap 3 right now, we do have DRS on Daniel Ricciardo, so we open that up, and we're going to move to the left-hand side of the circuit, and we swoop past Daniel Ricciardo, nice and easy, up into 3rd place. Who would have thought in the Russian Grand Prix? But now into the brake zone, we go very, very deep, lock up on the right tyre, just about missed the wall there on the left. Rosberg now comes up on our outside, he gets us. Is it going to be Hulkenberg as well as we lose the back end? Hulkenberg there, yes, there he is on the right-hand side. He swoops around the outside, he's going to tighten that corner for us, and he does make that move. We try desperately to try and fend back off Hulkenberg, but it's no use. We're into 6th place now behind him. We've got Perez. We're in a Force India sandwich pretty much. We just managed to get around the outside of Hulkenberg there, back up into 5th place, but that's been a bit of a disaster move to try and overtake Ricciardo. We tried to get one position, and we lost one in effect, because and lost 2 in effect really, because we would have got Ricciardo. We just made sure we got the braking wrong, but you know, going to that corner, it's kind of a blind swooping left hand into the actual brake point, so I missed my brake point by about a few meters there. Locked up quite badly on the right tyre. Unfortunate, but I'm quite lucky. Remember, we've got realistic damage, so I'm very, very lucky that I actually managed to keep it out of the wall there on the left hand side. But anyways, as I've been talking about that, Sergio Perez on lap 4 has taken us with DRS here. We tried to maybe get the place back from him in that brake zone, got very close to his rear tyre, and that could have been a bit of damage there. So unfortunately, Perez has got us, and we're back in this Force India sandwich. Very unfortunate there. We've got 2 laps left till our pit stop, so let's see if the tyres can kind of hang on. We can maybe try and make a move in one of the DRS zones on Perez there. Now, speaking about that, we're on to lap 5 now with DRS. Can we try and re-overtake Perez here and get 5th place back? Where is he going to go? He goes to the outside of the corner. I'll go down the inside. This time we go nice and cautious into the brake zone. Don't want to lock up and make a mistake here. We go right around the outside of Perez now. That turns into the outside of that next corner, and we've got him for 5th place. And there you can see Hulkenberg being opportunistic there and trying to maybe make a move on his teammate as he loses out into that corner. So we're back up to 5th. Ricciardo at the moment in 4th place, so Rosberg will be 3rd. I'm assuming, I don't really know the status of if Hamilton or Raikkonen is in 1st place. Obviously weird to see actually that Vettel is still somewhere behind me at this point in time, and the same with Kvyat. So we'll have to definitely make sure we have a look out on what happens at the end of the race in terms of where Vettel and Kvyat are. I'm quite interested to see where they actually come. You know, technically Vettel should be able to come back into this race and get a load of points, but you know, you'll see on this game. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a little bit hard for AI to come back into the races because they don't really push as hard as they maybe should be to try and get back to the race. But anyway, we're going to the pit stop now onto lap 7 of the prime tyres, yellow wall soft tyres now. These will go for about, well, I would say, until about lap 14 to probably about maybe lap 15. We'll have to see how that goes. Obviously, if anyone puts on option tyres right now, they'll be going for another 6 laps. So we'll be going a little bit longer into the Grand Prix. So we may be out of position, out of sync a little bit from some other runners. But my pit crew did recommend this pit strategy for me. So I'm guessing that at least a few people are going to do this strategy as well. So we're on to lap 8 now. We've got some people in the pit, so some people went a little bit longer on that first stint, surprisingly. So now we're getting back up into 8th place at the moment. It should be about 6th place. As we see, we're coming out of the pits, and Hulkenberg, I think that is, yeah, Hulkenberg just about comes out of the pits. Is it going to be Perez or Hulkenberg into turn 2? So that worked out quite a lot like it did in real life with Bottas and Hamilton. Bottas being Perez in this situation, pitting a little bit earlier and making the undercut work. Maybe Hulkenberg, like Hamilton, got a bit of a slower pit stop, didn't make that work for him, so that's unfortunate for him. So lap 8 now, we're going to go until I said about lap 14 on the prime tyres. I don't quite know what the Force Indias are on. Let's have a look now, because on lap 10, both of them right up our chuff. You can see on the right hand mirror, you can see Hulkenberg's now coming down like inside into turn 2, and I think that was super soft tyres on Hulkenberg car. I think that was a red super soft tyre. So Hulkenberg really got hampered there on that exit of turn 2, you could see, and he got hampered by Perez and whoever was behind him. So Hulkenberg making a bit of a mistake there, but on super soft tyres to be critical. So he's going for 2 more laps onto lap 12. He tries to make another move here on the outside of this corner into the hairpin style corner on the end of the back straight. We go a little bit wayward there, losing the back end. We're coming calmly through, and then Hulkenberg comes through, pushes us a little bit wide there, taps tyres his right rear to our front left, and he just takes the position. So I thought that was a little bit rude of Hulkenberg. He didn't have to make that much contact or come in that violently, but hey ho, he got the position anyway, so he's up into 5th place, fair game. So he's on super soft tyres, remember though, so he will be going a bit faster, so I'm not too worried that he is ahead of us, and we come back at him right on lap 11, the very next lap with DRS, so this is actually looking very, very good. We tried to make a move around the outside. Hulkenberg blocks off the line a little bit cheeky from Hulkenberg there, so we're going to stick behind him. We try our best effort to try and just hustle and harry him. It's not working out at the moment. We can see Verstappen now right behind us in 7th place, so at the moment, he's not looking too great, but he will be pitting soon, like within 1 lap or 2. Let's see, does he come in this lap? No, he doesn't. Alright, so we're going to cut later on into lap 13. By this point, Hulkenberg has made his pit stop, but look who's just come out ahead of us. Ricciardo. He's already made his pit stop, so Ricciardo and the people ahead of him, Hamilton and Raikkonen, and I believe Rosberg, I think, as well. All of them are effectively one entire pit stop ahead of us right now, so just showing the pace the top 4 have there. So I think the top 4 is pretty much going to be out of the question. We're kind of going for that kind of 5th place or 6th place, whatever it was. So now, cutting later on to lap 13, you can see the tyres going off a little bit. I go a little bit wayward there on the exit of the corner, and we decided to come in 1 lap earlier than I probably would have done normally. But I just thought, you know, Hulkenberg went so fast in the super softs that it looks like that's definitely the race tyre to be on. Just like in the real-life Grand Prix, it seemed like, obviously, the kind of faster tyre was kind of, you know, it was fine. You know, on lap 6, I didn't really feel like they were wearing out too much, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a hamper to stretch one of these stints out. So we'll probably go till about lap 20 or 21 on this set of super softs that we've just gone on to, and that'll be 7 laps on those. And then whatever we do, we'll do the opposite and go 6 laps or 7 laps on the second set of super softs. So 7 and 6 or 6 and 7, it'll be fine. That 1 extra lap I really don't think will hinder us too much. I think, like the real life Grand Prix, the tyres aren't really wearing out too much here at Russia. So we're out into 11th place. You can see Hulkenberg is ahead of us right now, and I can't even see him. So that's a little bit worrying, to be honest, that we can't even see him. Verstappen right behind us, only a few seconds back, so we're going to have to see. On lap 16, though, we've been pushing hard. We've set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, 5 tenths behind Hulkenberg, right behind him with DRS, down to turn 2. Make that stick, bang, there you go, into 5th place there. So we did have to push quite a bit there for 2 laps there to catch Hulkenberg, set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as we did it. That's pretty good. So, I mean, it doesn't get you any points in F1, but hey ho, I mean, just kind of good for morale if our car's going fast like that. So anyway, on to lap 19 now in 5th place. You can see Verstappen has overtaken Hulkenberg behind us. Safety car's been deployed. Safety car has been deployed. So that is going to neutralise the race a little bit, and we might have to think about a pit stop maybe here. But as I was saying, let's get back to what I was saying. Verstappen is now overtaken Hulkenberg. So Verstappen doing the job right now in Toro Rosso. Unfortunately, you remember in the real-life Grand Prix, he had to retire. But he was in a similar sort of position in the real-life Grand Prix, so good for him right now in the career mode. And so we're going to come in this lap, I decided, to try and get that free pit stop, basically. Because under a safety car, if you make a pit stop, you basically get a free pit stop. I mean, not actually, but you basically do get a free pit stop, if you know what I mean, because you're gonna bunch up anyway after your pit stop's made, so you're not really losing that kind of 20-second buffer that you usually would by making an extra pit stop or an unusual pit stop. So we come onto the pit stop for another set of super soft tyres. So we've been doing 6 laps on that first set, so now we're going to do 7 laps till the end, to lap 27. So that won't be too bad, as I mentioned. The tyre wear's not too bad. So we're coming out in 7th place. So some people behind us have pit, and some people ahead of us have not, including Nasser. And I want to say maybe some of the front runners. You can see on the mini-map there, we're going to come up to the safety car actually here. So the front runners who did not pit will have to go past the safety car like we just did just then, and they won't pit until the very next lap. So this may hinder a few of the front runners. We'll have to see. But as I also mentioned, I did say the kind of pace of these top 4 was too good for us, but now we find ourselves in 4th place. Bottas is behind us in 5th place. Rosberg ahead of us in a bit of a sandwich here, and Bottas actually lagging behind by about 13 seconds. But right now, just bang, like that, with the safety car, we're right back in it. So we're on the restart now on lap 23, and we're right behind Nico Rosberg, fighting for a podium position. So yeah, just shows that how much we're missing the safety car in F1 2015 and how much it needs to be in the 2016 game, because it can just oh my god! Rosberg and Hamilton come together. Huge drama here in the Russian Grand Prix. Rosberg without a front wing. Hamilton hasn't got any damage, but Rosberg, seemingly he's going to be out of the points maybe without a front wing there. He's going to have to trundle around the entire lap now without a front wing. Did not see that coming. Both Mercedes collided. What drama is this? And this is the actual flip of what's happening in real life. As I'm so flustered, I'm locking up here. As I'm just kind of trying to kind of get this all information in. So this is kind of the exact reverse of what happened in real life. Rosberg getting some bad luck here. Now Hamilton's got the good luck. He's in second place. So wow, crazy stuff. So right now, we're on to the second last lap of the Grand Prix, right behind Kimi Räikkönen. We've been pushing hard since that collision with the Mercedes to try and catch whoever is in second place. It was Hamilton, but Hamilton has now overtaken Räikkönen and streaked off into the distance. And you can see me and Sainz right behind me. He's within a second. He's been keeping me really honest, and me and Sainz are both caught up to Räikkönen. So I don't know if the Ferraris have some sort of issue right now, but me and Sainz are really catching up to him right now. You can see the engine's overheating a little bit. It's going to have to watch out for that, but we've got one lap left to go, so not going to be worrying too much. We're on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, and look at that. Sainz right behind us. My God, he's got the bit between his teeth right now. He goes to the right-hand side of the track. We've got DRS. He'll have DRS, though, so this is a bit of a DRS battle between me and Sainz. He's going to try and make a move, but no, he kind of backs out a little bit, tucks it in behind us, maybe trying to make a move later on into this lap, but this is the last lap of the Grand Prix, so it's pretty much do or die. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Sainz doesn't do anything stupid. We're going to hang on here to Räikkönen and see if we can make a move. We're just catching him corner by corner here. It looks like he doesn't really have, maybe he doesn't have any grip in his tyres, because it looks like pretty much every corner we're gaining on him. So I really think maybe his tyres are graining or something like that. That's maybe why he's fallen behind so much to Hamilton, because if you look at the mini-map closely, you can see that dot. That's just going by the number 2 in the mini-map. That is Hamilton, and just considering where Hamilton was before, I think it just shows that maybe Räikkönen's struggling with some tyre issues. But at the moment, I myself haven't had the best traction off that corner now, because we've got Sainz right up our gearbox, filling our left mirror there. So we're going to have to watch out. Is he going to get us with some DRS? I think we look like we're a bit too far back from Räikkönen, to be honest. So we might be without DRS. Yes, we are. We have got no DRS to defend from Sainz here and catch up to Räikkönen. So it looks like we're going to have to settle for third place unless Räikkönen does something stupid into this sector. But Sainz right behind us, not managed to getting us with DRS there. So we're going to try our best. We gain again on Räikkönen through these corners. So it looks like definitely the Ferrari has had some issues at the end of this Grand Prix, and we had maybe 1 or 2 more laps. We could be getting second place here, but it looks like we might have to settle for third place. Lewis Hamilton come through for first place in the Russian Grand Prix. Who would have thought after him colliding with Rosberg there and that incident? But he's got first place. Räikkönen comes through in second, and we're going to have to settle for third place. I say settle. Third place is absolutely fantastic for us in the Haas Formula 1 team. What a drive.
Absolutely crazy job, dude. Great call on the safety car pit stop. This is an unbelievable position to be in.
Third place in the Haas Formula 1 car. Absolutely awesome and crazy race for us in the Russian Grand Prix. It kind of came at the demise of some other cars. You can see clearly Nico Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Vettel, Verstappen, Rosberg all had incidents. Rosberg not at the Grand Prix, but the other guys all at the Grand Prix, as well as Kvyat. So Kvyat and Vettel both DNF, so I wonder if they maybe had a crash like in real life at the beginning of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, we can't look at any replays of them because it's the 2014 game, but yeah, both of them are ironically out of the Russian Grand Prix in-game as well. But yeah, kind of the demise of other cars allowed us to get to this position. We really didn't properly have the pace to get up into third place legitimately, but obviously the safety car helped and a lot of cars going out the Grand Prix. Unfortunate to see people like Ricciardo go out the Grand Prix, because if we move on to the Drivers' Championship right now, you can see Lewis Hamilton leading the way with 93 points at the moment from Räikkönen's 52. Myself in third place with 45 points. Rosberg in fourth place with 43 points. Bottas fifth. Vettel dwindling in sixth place. A lot like the real life situation right now. Just, you know, losing a lot of points here and there for some really unlucky kind of finishing positions. So sort of weird how that's mirroring that. Massa in 7th place. Grosjean in 8th. Sainz 9th. We've got Perez in 10th. Ericsson in 11th. And Nasser in 12th. On the note of the two Saubers, obviously in the last episode, I did say on episode number 3 in China 2 weeks ago that I said that I wanted to try and boost the Red Bull cars and kind of push down Sauber, because they really shouldn't be that high up in the championship. I did do that. I boosted Red Bull quite a lot, boosted Sauber down to the levels of like the McLaren and the Manor car, but unfortunately it looks like just out of sheer luck, Sauber have got up into those positions in the points again, and obviously both Kvyat and Ricciardo DNF in that Grand Prix, so they got both very, very unlucky. So what I'm going to do for the next Grand Prix, guys, I'm going to push Sauber down even lower, so hopefully that even with some luck they don't get points there, and boost Red Bull a little bit more, because it looks like they're prone to DNFing, it seems like, for some random reason. But obviously that's just the realistic damage, a bit of a luck draw there. But I'm going to try my best to kind of reverse that, because I'm really a bit annoyed that to see Sauber so high up when they shouldn't be in this career mode so far. So I'll try and do that for the Spanish Grand Prix. But anyway, in terms of the rest of the constructors, Mercedes in first place, Ferrari second, Haas climb back up to third place ahead of Williams. So that's a great job for us to get that off of that podium position, to see us climb back up into third place in constructors. But anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed that video, smash that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. Guys, just a little note that I've got my exams starting pretty much in a week's week's time, 11th of May, and my exams run till the 31st of May. So if you see less uploads, please don't keep asking me in the comments where certain videos are. It's pretty much just because I've got exams, so there will be a few videos that I can't make, basically, because I don't have the time because I'm revising for those exams. So that's why, and appreciate if you are listening right now to the end of this video, that you kind of, if you see any other people asking the same sort of questions in the comment section of other videos, that you let them know that's why I'm not uploading certain videos, because I probably don't have the time because I'm too busy revising. But anyway, guys, that message over. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.